Hi everybody, I'm Laura Nickerson here with Dance Channel TV. Well, there's an amazing book out. It's called The Dancer Within, Intimate Conversations with Great Dancers by Rose Eichenbaum. The Colburn School decided to have a book party and a reception to celebrate. The book features photographs and interviews with over 40 dancers and entertainers, and it shows a candid portrait of the true life of a dancer. The reception, hosted by Mitzi Gaynor, featured performances by Lori Belalove and Leonard Crowfoot, and they were joined for discussion by Joe Tremaine, Barry Chase, Russ Tamblyn, and Paula Kelly. So Dance Channel TV and Louis Segal had an opportunity to sit down with Ms. Eichenbaum and learn more about this fascinating book.
This book is a very important book because it memorializes many of the great dance artists of our time in a very profound way, in their own words, in intimate photographic portraits in which they collaborated in, most of them, where they were part of the creating of the image that resonated with who they are and in their own image of themselves. And that was important to me, so that they felt proud and comfortable with the representation of what they're about. The other part of this is that I feel very strongly that this next generation of young dancers coming up the ranks don't know enough about the history of this art form that they've taken on. They don't know about the great pioneers, about those that impacted the art form in profound ways and shaped it in our culture, and how there is a chain of tradition in dance. And they may walk into a studio and do a movement phrase, have no idea where it came from or what even the language of dance. So I thought if they heard in a very natural way, through conversation with artists who have lived the dancer's life, they might be able to understand the art form in a way that it will inform them about their own dancing life. I do. I feel it's an educational resource. It's a fun book, too. It's a lot of fun because the reader is going on the journey with me. They're in my kitchen as I'm pouring coffee and arranging muffins for Leonard Crowfoot. They're in the wings with me with Julio Boca before he's about to run out on the stage. They're in Central Park with me and Lori Belalove as she's performing one of Isadora Duncan's dances. So they go on the journey with me and they realize how these are human beings just like them who have taken on the dancer's life. There's quite the myth about dancers not speaking, about dancers moving rather than articulating what is inside of them. And I found them to be incredibly articulate, poetic, in fact. And so that was a revelation. Also, an unforeseen side experience was that there's a big vanity issue with dancers that I didn't experience with choreographers when I worked on my first book. Dancers care about what they look like, care about their presentation, care about how they will be remembered and immortalized in photographs and on film. So I had to be very diplomatic and careful about how I presented their images, and during the photo sessions we collaborated quite a bit. I'm often asked, why did you choose these people for this work? I'll answer that immediately by saying this is a very incomplete work. The people that are in it are not necessarily the artists that represent the entire genre of dance, or it's more about, I was looking for artists who had a story to tell. I learned something about each individual as a human being and as an artist who has had their own individual experience in the dance profession, on the stage, whether they were a hip-hop dancer or a jazz dancer or a tap dancer. Each artist came to the art form from a different place and for a slightly different reason. And so I was informed by them about that everyone can dance, that there is no set profile, and that everyone can benefit from it in some way, whether it's having a sense of discipline in their life and the joy that dance gives you. But on the other hand, I also learned that with that joy is a great deal of sorrow. And again, that is because it is a short-lived life. I mean, many of the artists in this particular book will dance till their last breath. And I find that to be incredibly admirable, and I find the dancer the bravest artist that there is. Also because they have to create dance. They are the most original of artists. They create with nothing but the human body. They don't need a canvas or a paintbrush or guitar or a piano or a pen or a keyboard. They need only their muscles, their mind, their spirit. And I've also found that dancers have not chosen a dance career, but that dance has chosen them, and that they are endowed with a gift of motion, of musicality, of sensitivity, of gravity and space and time and energy. And so they cannot not dance. They have to dance, and that's why they do it.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that interview, and if you did, keep logging around the site because there's lots of other fun stories and interviews right now and coming up on Dance Channel TV.